As the only male in the world to pilot an IS, he becomes an instant sensation among the all-female students of the academy. With his homeroom teacher being his older sister and champion IS pilot, Chifuru Orimura, assisted by substitute instructor Maya Yamada, Ichika is uneasy and unprepared as he tries to get used to the academy. He later learns that his dorm roommate is his childhood friend, Kendo champion Hoki Shinono, whom he has not seen in 6 years. When his class decides to elect him as their class representative, Cecilia Alcott, a British IS pilot, objects and challenges him to a duel for the position. Chifuru tells Ichika that he will be provided with his own personal IS for the match against Cecilia, a rarity since only 467 IS cores were created by Tabane Shinono, Hoki's older sister, before she disappeared. To prepare, Hoki agrees to train Ichika by practicing kendo brutally. On the day of the match, Ichika is given the Byaku Shiki to fight against Cecilia in her own personal unit, the Blue Tears. At first, Cecilia has the advantage due to her sniper abilities, but Ichika eventually manages to transform his IS into First Shift, pulling out his energy sword. However, using the energy sword quickly depletes his shield energy, and it runs out just as Ichika is about to land a strike on Cecilia. The match was declared over with Cecilia as the winner. After losing, Ichika agrees to train more with Hoki. Cecilia takes a liking to Ichika and gives the position of class representative to him instead, as an apology for acting childish in the 2 previous episodes, much to Hoki's dismay. The next day, Ichika meets Lingying Huang, the new transfer student from Chika, who also happens to be his childhood friend as well as the class representative of her class. After Ichika and Lingying get reacquainted with each other, Hoki and Cecilia get jealous. Upon learning that Hoki is Ichika's roommate, Lingying tries to get Hoki to let her become his roommate instead, to which Hoki refuses. Lingying later leaves after Ichika fails to figure out the childhood promise that they had made in the past, and she wants to settle it in a class league match of the IS tournament. With his match against Lingying and her daughter Shenlong soon approaching, Ichika prepares himself. Ichika and Lingying battle in the class league match, but they are interrupted when a mysterious IS attacks the area. As Ichika and Lingying hold off the IS so the audience can escape, they soon realize that the IS is an unmanned drone called a golem, due to its mechanical behavior. Together with Cecilia, the 3 of them manage to defeat but not before it injures Ichika. As Ichika recovers while Lingying watches over him, Ichika wonders if that promise he made with Lingying had a different meaning, which the latter quickly denies. Meanwhile, Chifuru and Maya examine the defeated golem and confirm that it was an unmanned drone with a unique IS core apart from the other 467 IS cores that the world actually has. Ichika acts tense when Hoki is allowed the chance to have her own room. As she leaves in anger, she makes him promise to go out with her should she win the next tournament, which then spreads into a rumor that the winner of the tournament will score a date with Ichika. At the same time, Charles Denoy, a supposedly male IS pilot from France, arrives and becomes Ichika's new roommate. During a training session, Chifuru has Cecilia and Lingying battle against Maya in the Rafale Revive Basic, though Cecilia and Lingying are easily defeated despite their piloting the more advanced models. During lunch, as the girls share their food with Ichika, he declares that Hoki's food tastes the best, much to the dismay of Cecilia and Lingying. The next day, the entire class is taken aback when Laura Bodwig, who is a transfer student from Germany and an acquaintance of Chifuru, arrives. Laura immediately walks up to Ichika and slaps him hard, saying that he's unable to accept him as Chifuru's brother. As Ichika has a training session with Charles and Rafale Revive Custom 2, the former declines a fight challenge from Laura. On his way to his dorm, Ichika spots Chifuru refusing to comply with Laura, who begs Chifuru to return to Germany and says that the academy is not suitable for her teaching status. It is revealed that when Ichika got kidnapped during the school Mondo Grosso of the IS Championship, Chifuru forfeited the finals to rescue her brother. Charles explains that her family corporation had entered a financial crisis due to the demand for third-generation models, and she was ordered to act as a boy to give the company publicity and eventually steal data from those models. Ichika decides to keep this a secret on behalf of her safety due to the diplomatic immunity of the academy if Charles stays for a few more years. Meanwhile, Laura, who blames Ichika for blemishing his sister's record, removes her eye patch to display her golden left eye as she swears revenge on him. Hoki becomes pressured to win the upcoming tournament after her attempt to ask Ichika out has escalated into a rumor that whoever wins the tournament will score a date with him. As Cecilia and Lingying prepare to spar, Laura appears in the Schwarzer Regen and goads them into a 2-on-1 battle. effortlessly countering all their attacks. When she continues to beat the two at the risk of their lives, Ichika and Charles step into the rescue before Chifuyu reveals that the duel will be settled in another tournament. It is soon announced that the tournament will be conducted in pairs, with Ichika choosing Charles as his partner. On the day of the tournament, it is decided via lottery that Hoki is to be paired up with Laura on a Class League match against Ichika and Charles. Laura focuses on fighting Ichika while she tosses aside Hoki, who is then disabled by Charles. Ichika and Charles then take advantage of lowering Laura's shield energy to defeat her, despite Ichika depleting all of his. With her defeat imminent, Laura reminisces about her past as a failed genetically engineered soldier, up until her first meeting with Chifuyu. However, Laura resents Ichika upon learning that Chifuyu has shown her softer side because of him. As a result of not wanting to lose, her unit's dormant VT system kicks in, causing her to go berserk and transform into a dark IS. Charles transfers her remaining shield energy to Ichika, allowing him to manifest his energy sword. He strikes the darkness IS and frees Laura. After Laura recovers, Chifuyu explains what caused her IS to go berserk, then consoles her to choose her own path. When the class learns the truth about Charlotte, an angry Ling Yin arrives to punish Ichika. However, Laura intervenes and kisses Ichika in front of the class, declaring him as her bride, which leaves everyone else in shock. Hoki calls her sister Tabane, who reveals she has completed a personal IS called the Akatsubaki just for her. Ichika goes with Charlotte to the mall to buy swimsuits for the upcoming beach study session, while Cecilia, Ling Yin, and Laura stalk them. When Charlotte notices they are following her, she hides with Ichika in the dressing room to show off her swimsuit, but they're eventually discovered by Chifuyu and Maya instead. During the beach study session, each of the girls tries to get close to Ichika, but their efforts somehow backfire. The students and staff then enjoyed a game of beach volleyball. As the sunset arrives, Chifuyu talks with Hoki about Tabane, and believes her sister will come with the Akatsubaki on the 17th day of July. After catching the girls listening in their room while Ichika is massaging her, Chifuyu has a pep talk with the girls about their feelings for her brother. The next day, Tabane arrives in person to deliver Akatsubaki, a 4th generation model with abilities far more advanced than the other models, and Hoki gives it a test run. However, Chifuyu soon receives news from Maya that an unmanned IS developed by the United States and Israel called Silver Gospel has gone out of control. After assessing the situation, Chifuyu orders the group to stop it. While Ichika and Hoki will pursue it, as the only two people with 4th generation models, they will be fast enough to catch up with the Silver Gospel. As Ichika and Hoki begin their operation, the others notice how happy Hoki looks, which prompts Chifuyu to tell Ichika to watch over her carefully. As Ichika and Hoki engage in battle with the Silver Gospel and are about to corner it, Ichika notices an illegal fishing ship in the area and breaks off formation to protect it. Hoki is angry at Ichika for ruining the plan, but he scolds her for disregarding the safety of the ship, which is something she never does. However, the Silver Gospel launches a surprise attack on them, forcing Ichika to protect Hoki by shielding her with himself. In the chaos, Hoki's hair ribbon gets completely burnt. As the critically injured Ichika is admitted, Hoki blames herself on what happened and wants to quit being an IS pilot. Cecilia, Ling Yin, Charlotte, and Laura manage to convince her otherwise. Together, they ignore Chifuyu's orders to stand by and go after the Silver Gospel themselves. As the girls fight the Silver Gospel, Ichika has a dream where he accepts power from a young girl and a warrior woman, driven by his desire to protect his comrades. Hoki cuts one of the wings off the Silver Gospel as it falls into the ocean, but it re-emerges with angel wings and it goes into second shift, and takes down the girls. Hoki is soon awakened by Ichika in the Byakushiki Setsura, its second shift, and gives her a new hair ribbon as a birthday gift. With their combined strength, Ichika and the girls finally destroy the Silver Gospel, with Ichika giving the finishing blow. As they return to their hotel, Chifuyu lectures them for defying orders, but allows them some rest and recuperation as a reward. At a seaside cliff before Tabane vanishes, Chifuyu realizes that Tabane not only coincidentally allowed Ichika to be the only male pilot in the academy, but that Tabane also hacked the Silver Gospel to go berserk, in order to debut the Akatsubaki. At the beach, Hoki apologizes to Ichika for his injuries and admits her feelings for him. As Ichika attempts to kiss Hoki, they are interrupted by the other girls, who were jealous of the scene, forcing Ichika to carry Hoki to safety.